Strategem Business Consultants aims to help organisations become more efficient. We have a finance background, an organisational management background, and so with our expertise we're basically able to go through a set of processes to identify firstly how this organisation is and how it wants to be, and what is the plan and strategy to get it from one place to the other. Is to actually look behind the strategies and the goals of the organisations and then turn those into actionable processes, and then ultimately for the success of the organisation. As a young boy, I like to make things, and so my career followed initially an engineering type background, or that route. And when I went to university, I found that I enjoyed economics and accounting. I don't see myself as an accountant, but really look at that as another set of skills. I found that I liked that foundation of being able to understand the dynamics and the intricacies of how business and legislation works. But really my appeal has been to actually work on being a business doctor, and being able to sit back a little bit and say, okay, now that I can see how the layout of the economic landscape is, how does this organisation factor into that bigger playing field? It's easy to say, here's a model, go from here to here, and here's the roadmap. But if you really want to make change, you have to make sure that people are actually engaged, that they really want to become part of it. Ultimately, the solutions are not in one person. The solutions are in the systems and in the structures. And so making sure that firstly you look at the culture of this organisation, which is people oriented, and saying, okay, these people using these particular systems for these end games and these goals needs to make sure that the composite, that everybody understands where we're going and get buy-in from not only the employees but also from the owners. And in some instances, actually in most instances, we live in a world that's much more complex than just the owners and employees. There are suppliers, and there are customers, and there are legislative bodies. So really, it's kind of like playing in a band or orchestra, where you need to fine-tune all the elements to make that organisation operate at its peak. Representing Strategem, I feel that our organisation offers something unique, and that is that we are able to move up and down the corporate ladder with ease. That we have had the very front customer end roles. We've also had the back roles in organisation that nobody sees. And I've led organisations as the Chief Financial Officer, as the CEO. I've set up a couple of my own companies, and I've been on the board of medium-sized companies. And so out of that, I have an appreciation that of the various elements, and that each of those elements are important to us. And so when we undertake any of our assignments, we're able to appreciate every element and relate to every person equally. And we are able to see through the lens of the owners and through the managers and the employees. And so through that, we're able to cut through a lot of the red tape, through a lot of the issues, and to disarm people, and so that they're much more willing to work towards the better goals that we're trying to achieve. My name is Alexander Scott, and I'm the Principal Consultant for Strategem Business Consultants.